Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the GFreak Speaks podcast, episode number 50. 50 Cent. Dude, what an episode this is going to be. We got a big man on the show, but just before we get into that, I want to make sure that you guys know that this podcast is sponsored by absolutely fucking nobody. So if you want to sponsor it, hit me up, slide me in the DMs at Jacko GFreak, jump on board. But joining us today is a very special guest. I would say, I don't know if I go through all the accolades or what. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, man, and whatnot. But I'm just going to say, ex-Brisbane Broncos captain, superstar. He's a big guy, owns his gym, entrepreneur, father, dad figure, big guy, looks good with the shirt off, has a great contagious smile. Alex Glenn, welcome to the podcast, man.
Hey, thank you, Jacko, my boy. I appreciate you, mother. It's an absolute honor to be on the podcast, man. We've been talking about this for a little while, and I think we've been saving this for episode number 50, so it's an absolute honor, bro. Thanks for having me on here.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure. Dude, what's been happening, man? Last time I saw you, I was at your gym, Legacy Fitness. That's an amazing gym. It really is something different.
Hey, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've been busy, bro. Since retirement, man, I've jumped straight into the business. I had a plan when I retired of what I wanted to do, and that was to literally open my own gym. Reason being is that it gives me the same sense of team culture, a place where I can train and help give back to my community physically and mentally, bro. So our gym's called Legacy Through Movement, and it's on the Gold Coast in Miami, and it was an honor to have you come in and do some sessions with us and the fam while you were up here on holiday with your family, bro. And like you said, man, our culture and our community, bro, is just it's a very warm, welcoming community. Everyone's on different levels in terms of fitness and strength work, but it's a gym that we attract every culture, every age group, mums, dads, youngins as well. So it's been good. I've really thoroughly enjoyed the process of being a businessman and the journey through it. It's been hard work. I ain't gonna sugarcoat that, but I literally looked around when we had our Chrissy party 2 weeks ago now, our first ever Chrissy party, and I looked at our community. There would have been probably 80 people there. Ooh. And yeah, bro, it was a big turnout, man. And literally everything that me and my business partner Jeremiah said from the start, it was coming to fruition, bro.
Yeah,
because we talked about our gym being about the people and adding value to our people, and trying to make them empower them to be the best version of themselves. And we literally looked around the room and everyone was in that zone and in that moment, bro. So it was sick, bro. It was sick. But I've been busy as hell, man, but I love it.
That's awesome, man. And the thing when I personally came down, it was sick because I got to have a fat donut afterwards. But I'm still.
Hey, there's always perks of why we train, right?
Fucking love that donut, bro. I keep dreaming about it, man. I took it when you brought it home. When you brought it to me, man. For people that are listening right now, it's one of those big
fresh cream donuts.
Yeah, French cream donuts. It's like a foot long sub, and it just has cream, nice homemade jam. Alex bought it for me at the park, and this big fucking bin chicken ate the other half. But I went out and bought some for the family. I was hyping them up so hard, and they were like, "All right, this better be good," and they were just blown away by it, man.
Oh, bro! Literally everyone that I've taken
nuts.
There, it's
Foster's,
honestly, Foster's Bakery, man, and Nobby's Beach. Whew. It's my little gem, bro, and I only get it for the special people, man, that's in my life. So Jacko, you're one of them.
Gas.
And yeah, bro, I've never had a bad review. Let's put it that way.
I rate it, man. I actually have one of their apple cinnamon pies and then mince pies as well, and they were really good too. They hit it well, man. They hit it well. I want one of those in Melbourne.
That's why we train the way we do, bro, so we can eat the way we do.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Well, that's my philosophy anyway.
No, I get it, man. You train to eat. That's how you go.
100%. 100%.
That's how it goes.
I can't be big for nothing, you know what I mean?
Well, that's it, man. That's it. It was when I came to the gym, everyone, there's a lot of names. It's very overwhelming and whatnot, but everyone knows your name, and you're like, holy shit, man! But you feel so welcomed there, and you've got yourself and Jez and all the other legends there. Shane, and whatnot, doing all their things, and it's such a different environment to another gym. It really is a team camaraderie type of gym where it brings people together. You have that personal connection, like that cafe owner that makes you coffee every day and says, "Hey, Alex, how are you? Hey, Jackson, how are you?" All that type of thing. You've got that happening, and to build on that, like, how do you actually get people to come to that gym for one, and then get them to be so communal like that?
Yeah, I guess for us, man, a lot of people have been intimidated by coming in because they look at the caliber of people and athletes that come in there, and they're like, man, I'm not that fit. And then it's like, literally, when we have a conversation with them over the phone, like my auntie was one of them. When we have a conversation with them, it's a matter of getting them through the door. And then once they come through their door, they realize that there's no egos, there's no intimidation, there's no judgment. As soon as you walk in the door, everyone's just like, yo, what's up, fam? We got a new face. They come in, they embrace each other, they give a hug. And it's just like, it's easy to surround yourself with good people when the vibe's exactly the same with everyone.
Absolutely.
So we've had a few people that come in and that were selfish and bit ego, and they really didn't fit in, and we didn't push them out. They were like, nah, this isn't meant for me. And literally that was the place we wanted to create, man, because I go to if I go to a public gym like Worlds and EMF and stuff, you get around and there's a lot of sensuous ego in there, bro, which I hate. Man. Like, people are looking like, what's he doing? What exercise is he doing? How much weight is he lifting? And then they all want to top each other. It's like, why don't you grow together? You know what I mean? And yeah, bro. So that's why I was like, I'm going to start my own, because I can't train in a public gym. And so that's why we created this, man. And it's like, we're lucky that it's been able to draw so much people within our community with the same vibes as us. And we're at 125 members, and literally we want to hit 250 by next year, mid next year. So we're set a target, which is big. But we're big believers in what we're creating in our gym, in our community, bro, that we want to just impact many more people around us. So yeah, bro, I love it, Jacko. Like, I turn up to work and it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
And that's what we strive for in life, man. You want to be doing something where you're bringing an income for yourself and you're doing something that you love at the same time, bro.
Yeah. And it's bringing a lot of wellness and goodness to other people as well. So it's not just you're rocking up at a job that you love. You're also bringing enjoyment and, that dopamine hit for other people that may not find it in other places as well. So it's kind of it's kind of a really, really good thing that you want to be part of, which is great. And how do you find working with Jez as well as a business partner? Because I know that sometimes, people say, oh, there's no friends in business, all that type of bullshit. But how do you find working with, you guys two together? You're very aligned on things, or do you sometimes be like, oi, or like, how's it work?
Bro, we are so aligned. It's crazy. Because like, me and him, we have very, very similar values in life, and our vision for the gym is exactly the same. So not to sugarcoat it, we've had some tough conversations at the start, during the build, and obviously over financial things, but not once has the stubbornness or the ego-ness come into play where it's put a wall between us. So many people told us, don't go into business with friends, because when it comes down to finance, it can really tear that friendship apart. But we've always been on the same vision. We've always been on the same values for legacy through movement. So any confrontation or any obstacle or hurdles along the way has been squashed straight away, man. We've had those tough conversations. We've respected the conversation that's been had, and then we've just gone straight on to what's next. So it's cool, bro. Like, we've only been in operations for 6 months since the doors open, but 9 months in total.
Okay.
So it's still early days. It's not to say that there might be some hurdles along the way, but for me and Jerry, we always know what our vision is for legacy and what our values are, and that's what keeps us accountable to our role and playing that part. So it's been a smooth road at the moment.
Looking at it from an outsider, I believe that you probably would have grown into the position that you're in right now, being a business owner, from things that you've learned from your past, and that being in a leadership position and having that training whilst, the media training and all that type of stuff to really educate you on how to do those things. But is that where you got a lot of inspiration and understanding of how to run a business from, and leadership through your role at the Brisbane Broncos?
Yeah, I guess the leadership, definitely. In terms of, being a leader amongst my team. We got a team of 9 at Legacy. So it's a pretty solid team, and the leadership definitely helped coming from my profession at the Brisbane Broncos and sport, and being, the face on TV a lot of the time. But in terms of business, man, we just winged it. Like literally winged it, bro. We just seen an opportunity and just jumped on it, bro. And we're like, all right, so what do we do now? But I do got to give credit to Ruben. He's our accountant here on the Gold Coast, man. He's been a big shoulder to lean on in terms of business, finance, structures, setting up a business and all that, what we needed. He helped us big time. He trains at our gym, and he offered his services to us to help us from the start up. And then also Josh O'Neill, which is one of Gemma's best mates, her partner. He has been the CEO of multiple companies, and Honey Birdette. You know Honey Birdette, the lingerie company?
Lingerie, yeah.
So he was the CEO for them for a couple of years, and now he's gone on to be another CEO at a different company here on the Gold Coast. So I really use his knowledge and wealth of knowledge through the business side of things, and bounced ideas off him. So those two guys have been a big pillar for us in starting the business, because literally me and Jez have no background in terms of business and what to do. We just knew how we wanted to do it and how we were going to impact the people. And then we just fired questions off to those two boys. So they've been the pillars for us, man. And it's been a learning curve. We've been learning, and we're still constantly learning. And that's what I love about it. It's the fact that we don't know all the answers, and we're constantly learning and evolving as people, bro. So it's been cool.
Absolutely, man. Hey, what was the funnest memory that you can think of that you can say on the podcast? Because I know that there's always what happens in the lockers stays in the lockers. But when you were at the Broncos, what was one of the funniest moments or funnest renowned memories that you have with your time there, man? Because you played like 380 games, didn't you, bro? That's a lot of that's a lot of years.
Yeah,
that's a lot of time, man. Bro,
13 years, lad. Woo! 13 years, man.
Half my age, bro. Half my life.
Oh, bro, that's crazy to think that I debuted when you're about to go 13. To high school.
Oh, you debuted when I was in year 7, 2009 or 2008.
Jeez, make me feel old, mate. Bro, there's a lot, man. You think about the times we spent every single day with each other at training, bro, and literally it's more time than we do with our family at home.
Yeah. So
the amount of memories that I have, I'll share this one. There was it was literally my debut season. So 2009, and back then, you go everywhere here now, and there's barbers everywhere, and they all know how to fade and all that stuff. Back then, it wasn't that big. There was a couple barbers, but a lot of them, it was like you'd go around to your mate's house and he'll just cut it in the garage. You know what I mean? And back then, I used to cut my own hair. So I literally just in the mirror, and I'll just like fade myself, and then I'll get my brother or someone to do the back. And there was one game where we're playing at home at Suncorp, and I needed a haircut bad, because being on TV, it was like, man, I can't go out with a terrible haircut. So I was at my mate's house, and we're getting ready for the game, and we had about 2 hours to chill. So I went upstairs, and started cutting my hair, and literally, like that, I was doing the side, and I was just fading it, and then I had to go around the sideburns.
Yep.
And so I took the blade off, went zero, and I was going around the sideburns and just doing my ear. And then I don't know what happened, bro, but I must have got distracted or something, but I forgot to put the blade back on. And I went to continue fading, and I shaved my whole sideburn off. Like literally up to the side of my head, bro. It was just a skin fade. And I was like, oh my God. And the boys were like, what? And I was like, look at this. And they just pissed themselves laughing, bro. And you know, if you've never had a shaved head for a long time, you get that hairline where it's like you're tan.
It's like a tan.
And it's white.
Yeah.
Bro, that was me. And I was like, what am I going to do, man? We're literally playing in like 4 hours. And they're like, man, you got to do it on the other side to even it up. And I was like, nah, no way. So I literally rocked up to the game. Everything was normal apart from this side. I shaved half my head off, and the boys just cracked up laughing, bro. Man. I literally had to play the game like that, man. It was just terrible. My OCD went through the roof.
I was going to say, you know what's funny, right? You're jumping onto the field with some of the most fucking ferocious men. And you're worried about a haircut. I love that.
Oh, 100%.
Like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to get poleaxed. No, I'm not going to break a leg. It's just, bro, my hair, G.
100%, G. Like, I'm one of those ones, man. You look good, feel good, play good.
Well, that's it.
And I wasn't feeling good, man.
Oh, no. How'd you go?
I wasn't feeling good.
Did you play well?
We ended up getting the win, so that's all right.
That's right.
That helped, bro. But it took about 4 or 5 weeks, bro, for that to grow back, man. And it was hard. I had to wear a hat everywhere, cover it up for a bit, but it is what it is, bro. We lived to tell the tale, bro.
Well, that's it, man. That's it. How did you find it when you were first announced as the captain for the Brisbane Broncos, when it was first presented to you? If you want to take on the role, and when you first announced it, was there butterflies? Were you feeling good or nervous or weight on your shoulders? Like, what was it, man?
Bro, it's crazy because I got when I was 22, I got asked to fill in as captain when Darren Lockyer and all the big names were playing Origin.
Yep.
And literally this was my 3rd year in 1st grade. And that time compared to when I got named the club captain officially was two different things, because the first time, like, I was so young and there was I literally didn't feel like I was qualified to be a captain of this big club, man. Like, I had players that had played Origin and all that in the team. And I was like, why aren't you choosing them? And the coach at the time, Anthony Griffin, he was like, nah, you're going to be the future captain. So I want to throw the captaincy now. And back then, like, I was shit scared, man. Like, my nerves, everything was just playing on my mind. I was like, I don't know how to lead this team. Like, we're playing against the best of the best in the world. How am I meant to lead this team when I'm still a rookie, if I can say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I literally rang Darren Lockyer, who was our captain, the GOAT of all time, the night before the game. And I was like, Lockie, bro, I literally don't know what to do. I'm scared. I'm nervous. And these words that he said to me literally stayed with me for the rest of my career, bro. And what he said was, Lexi, you don't have to give this pump up speech. You don't have to change anything you do. All you need to do is go out there, do your job, and lead through your actions. The boys will follow you. And I was like, shit, it just sunk in, bro. Straight away, as soon as he said that, all my nerves went away. Because for me, I've always been a person that knows how to take care of my job and look after my mates around me. Yep. Like, I know if I look after my job, then I know someone next to me ain't got to cover my back.
Yep. So
as soon as he said that, bro, I was like, yo, boom, I'm on. Let's go. And we went out and won the game.
Huge.
So, like, yeah, bro, it was on. It was sick. But then when I got named club captain, in a way, I was ready. I was more prepared. At the time, I was like the most cap player, you know, for the club. So I kind of seen it coming in a way. But it was just as much as an honor as it was the very first time I did it.
Yep.
And, you know, for me, it was about, you know, just trying to protect the jersey, protect the club, and wear it to the best that I can, to represent everyone that wore this jersey before me. and also nurture and guide my players, because they were a lot of younger players, man. They were very young, fresh out of high school. So it was about nurturing and guiding them so that they can be future stars of the game as well. And I loved it, bro. I loved it. Now, our 2 seasons as captain was the worst in club's history because of our inexperience in the roster. But for me, it was so fulfilling, because you look at players that are playing State of Origin from the Broncos, and also Australia, Samoa, International. These are all the boys that I nurtured and mentored and guided in those 2 years, bro. So now everyone's like, where did these stars come from? It's like, I knew they were coming.
Yeah.
Because I put my time and effort into these boys, and they were good boys that were willing to learn. So that was fulfilling for me, bro. It was cool. It was cool. And now I still get a kick out of when I see them representing their countries and playing for State of Origin. It's like, yo, I helped this guy in the smallest way, but I helped them. And that's what I love, bro. That's what I love. It's
kind of like what Hex does as well. Like, are you familiar with Hex, Optic Hex?
Nah.
So he's like he's kind of like the GOAT of esport organizations and whatnot.
Yep.
Hex, and then he has Scump and Nadeshot and all that type of stuff below him.
Yep.
That he's really made them blow up and stuff. But he likes to say that, he nurtured and helped them and guided them in the right direction with a gentle push. And look where they are now. But he has that cocky side to him. Not like yourself. You are very humble. But with him, he's like, yep, I did that shit.
Yeah, I like that.
So he does that. You should definitely look him up though. Hex, H3CZ, Hex, Optic Hex. Man.
I've definitely heard about him, but I don't follow too closely, bro.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
As I'm a busy man, busy man.
Busy bro.
But yeah, that's what it's about, bro. Like, that's why I love what I do in my role at the gym. Is like exactly what I do with these boys. It's all about nurture. It's all about guidance. Some of us need a little push. Some of us need a more aggressive push.
Yep.
But it's about having people that are there that actually push you.
Yep.
Like, I need some people to push me too, to be the best that I can be. And we all need that person, bro. And when you jump over a hurdle, or you do something that you've never done before, or out of your comfort zone, that's the beauty in life, man. That's that feeling where you're like, yo, this is cool. I just learned a new skill, or, I just leveled up in my own life, man. That's what it's about.
Oh, the out of the comfort zone stuff is tough, man. Like I was saying to you the other day, when in the video that I was doing, like I was in a supermarket trying to get these people to answer questions, and they just weren't having it because they were on a mission. And I'm just like, okay, how are we going to have to reapproach this? We're going to have to give people gifts straight away and get them to do videos that way, instead of just going and asking, do you remember your mum's birthday? Like, it just doesn't work.
100%.
Yeah, and out of the character, like for me, to do that type of stuff, like I'm fine to present on stage and fine to talk, but when I'm actually trying to get an engagement with people and got the cameraman there and stuff, it's really tough because you've got the pressure there. It's a Saturday. Like, I want to get the fuck out of here and get me the fuck home.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you. But also other things that you're uncomfortable with, and you learn from that and you grow, and it's really good character building and whatnot, whether that be your job, your gym, your learning at school, parenting,
for sure, man.
All that type of stuff, man,
Like, I literally tell people all the time, when I was at high school, I failed English because I never got up and did a speech in front of my class.
Yeah.
Reason being is that fear of looking like an idiot in front of your mates.
Yeah.
And bro, that fear holds you back from actually growing as a person. And like, the person I am today has definitely come from, putting myself out there in those uncomfortable situations and going, you know what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
And I literally, it's the best feeling in the world. Now you can get me on a stage in front of hundreds and thousands of people and say whatever, and I'm not scared of saying the wrong thing.
Yeah. Like,
for me, I've been coached and taught to just speak my mind, be who you are. Don't try and be someone that you're not, bro. And it's taken a lot of practice, like what you do going into a shopping mall, and that's hard. One of the hardest jobs, I reckon, is being one of those people that like hand out flyers and it's like, come look at this that we're selling. You know what I mean? That stuff is hard. I've done it with some of our sponsors on the corner of the street, because everyone, like you said, everyone's on a mission. Everyone needs to go somewhere. And when you try and engage them, you know, you got to try and capture something that's valuable to them.
Did people ego
that
you, mate,
stuff is
on the
hard.
corner? Are they egoing you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Mate, did
Hell
did
yeah.
they know who you were?
They snub-nosed me.
Did they know who
everything,
you
bro.
were, bro? You should have fucking spear tackled them, bro. Given them one of those pavement. Bit of
Bro, right?
gravel rash.
Right? And then I would have been on the front news of the paper.
Well, hopefully your haircut was okay.
It's all good now, bro. I've never had a stuff up since then.
You learnt your lesson. There we go. Learn your
We
lesson.
learned our lesson. Never do your own haircuts, man.
During COVID, though, I was doing my own hair a little bit.
Oh, bro, we had to, right?
I know.
We had no choice, man.
Actually, that's right. You were playing during the COVID with the bubble and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
How were you
But
doing
you
that,
know
man?
what? We were lucky because one of our boys in our team was actually like a barber. So, like, I felt sorry for him.
RSI, man, like, you know, the wrist and doing that.
Oh, bro, I felt sorry for him because every spare time he had at training, he was down cutting the boys' hair. So, like, he didn't really get time to rest, man. And that was every day of every week because no one had barbers. And it wasn't just the players, it was the coaches and the staff too. Because, like, not many people know this, but when we were playing in first grade, we weren't allowed to leave our house. So we were like prisoners.
Shit.
What
about your family? Like your wife and kids?
Mate, they could go out and do whatever they wanted.
Okay.
But us as players, we literally could only go to training, come home, go to the game, come home. That was it. That was it. It was nuts, bro. And people didn't realize. They're like, oh, you're still getting paid and all this. It's like, man, I'm a prisoner in my house.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years straight. Yeah. I couldn't take my kids to school. I couldn't even walk to a park around the corner. If I did, we got slapped with a massive fine, bro. I'm talking like 15, 20 grand.
Fuck. You would have been a paparazzi shot too, hey? People would have been taking photos.
100%. And everyone, see, Melbourne's not big in rugby league, but up here, it's like rugby league is like God's country. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
So everyone recognizes you up here. So I couldn't leave my house, man. I'd get snapped by someone, and if it went on social media, I was gone. I was done. Oof. Yeah, so it was hard, bro. But yeah, we were lucky we had a barber. I just wish we had a full-time butler, man, that just cooked us food.
That would have been good, hey? Jeez. Scabbing out the NRL, bro. Shit house.
I know.
Let them know about it. Hey, when it comes to the guy, the poor barber guy, honestly, I feel sorry for him. That fucking hurts your wrist, man. He would have had sore wrists, sore hands, all that type of shit, bro.
100%, man.
I would have been saying, hey, write me up a new contract, okay, if I'm cutting all your motherfuckers' hair, okay?
Absolute, bro. I don't know why he didn't do that. I don't know why he didn't. He should have. And like, we try to pay him money too.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's all good. It's all good. I like cutting hair. And he goes, plus it's good experience for me. I'm like, fuck that, man. Time is money.
Oh man.
Time is money.
That guy is a absolute angel. Hey,
absolute. So I'm gonna give him a quick shout out. Danny Levi, appreciate you, my brother.
Still
you
playing?
Are the man.
Active player?
He is still playing. Yeah, he's over in Super League now. He's playing in England.
Let's go.
Yeah, and he was playing for Tour Samoa, the Samoan team in the World Cup. So
how's he going?
He's still out there.
Smashing
Good,
it,
bro. Yeah, man. They lost in the final against Australia. But they did well as a second tier team, a small island nation.
Yeah.
First time ever in history to get to the final. So massive achievement for them.
It's crazy, man. There's a lot of stuff happening in sport, man. Like, you know, all these first time in history and whatnot, like these amazing, extraordinary events that have happened. Even like the World Cup with Australia right now happening, getting as far as they did and progressing so well. At a moment, I kind of thought we had a hand on the cup to a degree, but you know, we kind of came up against a significantly better team. But it was quite close. Did you keep up to date with that?
I've only seen a little bit of it. I've only seen a little bit of the soccer, bro. Yep. It's been pretty crazy, man. Like, I've seen all the Argentinian fans celebrating when Brazil lost.
Yeah.
When Brazil lost. And this was before their game was about to play. They were just stoked that they were out of the competition.
Yeah, they were favourites, man. They were coming in red hot. tell you what, though, you watching soccer, I can't picture that. There's not enough contact, bro. not enough being smashed and stuff and whatnot.
I'd say when you see those players go down or they take a dive, you're like, come on. You barely got touched.
I know,
What's
bro.
Doing?
Do you reckon in soccer, if you like don't go down, right, and you just take the hit like a fucking champion, do you reckon like people give you some respect? Do you reckon you'd be respected or what?
I don't know, man, because it can go two ways.
You know what I mean? Like just take the hit and be like, you know, just take it like a champion.
Hard. I reckon from a player's point of view, yep.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be like, oh, respect, man. Like you could have easily given a penalty away or whatever. I reckon, but then I reckon it can flip side. Some of the coaches will be blown up because it can be a momentum changer.
True.
You know?
Oh, it's such a head fuck, man.
Right? So I wouldn't know what to do, man.
Hey, actually, question. Okay, when it's a 20-40 in rugby, that's when you kick it the 40 out on the full, correct?
Is that not on the full? So you got 20-40 and 40-20. So say I go for 40-20.
Yep.
I kick it from the 40-meter line within my own half.
Yep.
It's got to bounce in the field and go out past the 20-meter line.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, I get it now. Because I used to say, because when I watch rugby and stuff, they do it. And it seems like they only kick it a little way. And I'm like, why don't they just fucking pump it?
Belt it.
Why don't they belt it? Because if it's going out of bounds and they're trying to get out of bounds, why don't they just pump it as far like a 50-meter kick? Yeah.
So a 40-20 means like you got to kick it within your 40 zone. So it's a 40-meter kick pretty much.
Yep.
But it has to bounce in the field before it goes out.
Right.
So the hardest part is that fullbacks are always tracking. They're always tracking for the kicker to go for that. And it is a momentum changer if you do hit it, and it is a hard kick to hit.
Yep.
But yeah, bro, it's got to be very. You got to have the precision of the kick and the weight of the kick for it to land in the field, then go out. It can't go out on the full, otherwise it's a handover.
Okay. Yeah, I always wondered, but anyway, it's debunked now. Debunked. Mate, I tell you who I used to go on.
We'll have to go to a game together, and I can explain everything to you.
I get most of it, but I'd like to do that because I'm going with Alex Glenn. That's huge.
Corporate Suites, baby. Suncorp. Let's go.
Oh, Suncorp. Would you be able to do that in Melbourne?
Bro,
I will pick you up. I'll pick you up, and we'll go wherever we need to go. As long as we can get decent parking, then we're sweet. we're Gucci gang. That time when you messaged me and you're like, bro, get the wagon. Come out. Yeah, I'm ready. And I'm like, bro, it's pissing down. There's fucking no chance.
That's the best time, bro. You don't burn tread.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That's too funny, bro. That's too funny.
Oh, bro. Literally, my mum's boss had a wagon like yours.
Yeah.
Obviously not as souped up as your one, but I borrowed it one time when my car was getting serviced.
Yeah.
And because I'm a bit of a rev head myself, and I took the traction control off and it was wet. And at training, we had this big car park with a tree in the middle.
Yeah.
And I got there real early because I drive from the Gold Coast to Brizzy. So like there's a lot of traffic in that. So I left early, got there early. I was like, you know what? Stuff this, took the traction control off, started doing donuts in the car park around this tree, bro. And it was so much fun, man. So much fun.
Was anyone there?
Yeah, it was nah. A few boys pulled up. Like they pulled up as I was doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing? I was like, bro, leave your car if you want. I'll go around it. They're like, no way. No way.
Were you captain at the time too?
Nah, I was a rookie.
Imagine it was your last year. You're like your mature age. It was only a couple of years ago, and you're doing fucking burnouts in the car park.
Imagine. Oh.
Imagine the headline.
Out. 100%.
Oh, that'd be unreal.
Honestly, it's something I would do still to this day. I'm a little kid, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a
fuck
little
it.
kid.
Just become relevant again, type of thing. Just keep the relevancy up there.
Mate, we're all human, bro.
Hey,
we're all human. We all love to have a bit of fun. I love cars. We love to go fast and do burnouts, and that is what it is. It is.
I'll tell you someone who I used to really love watching kick the ball in your game, Jonathan Thurston. Just
JT.
Mate, like he just the way had the weirdest setup, okay? Like the way he wiggled his helmet, fucking like picked his wedgie and whatever. Like, mate, he's like an Nadal. He's got some, what's it called? It's called I can't remember. You've got to do it. And if you don't,
ritual.
No, it's something else. It's a
superstition.
Superstition, that's it. Mate, he was super superstitious. Okay, he was always adjusting his helmet, making sure it's right. Look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, and then he would go for the kick. He'd step back 3 and then step back 3, hit the 90-degree. Like this guy was fucking locked. Okay, I used to love watching, especially in State of Origin, because there's huge pressure there.
Oh hell yeah! He could curve it too, like curve it.
He'd always just get it in. I'm like, what the fuck's this guy on? And then now he's holding a mic, and I'm like, nah, I'm pissed. I don't watch kicks anymore. No, I'm kidding. I do. But the best kick to ever watch, man.
Yeah, bro. He was a masterclass, man. He literally shattered my dreams, bro, and took my championship ring. Bastard.
Run me through it.
Frickin' prick.
Run me through it.
What about
that
the
kick?
Feeling or that kick?
About that kick. How do you do it?
So he got a field goal. Okay, so like actually before the field goal, the full-time Hooter went. They had the ball. We literally just had to make one tackle. And they ended up scoring a try right on the corner. Now, Jonathan Thurston had to kick the goal to win the game. And being JT, we knew, like, this guy doesn't miss. So, like, all of us were just, like, we hit the ground. We're just, like, covering our faces going, fuck, we just lost. Like, we were winning the game the whole way. And we just lost right on the Hooter. Now, Thurston lined up for the kick. And one of my close mates, Adam Blair, literally, there's a video of him standing on the corner post. And his dad passed away a few years before that. And he looked up to the sky and he was saying to his dad, like, please make him miss this kick. And it was one of the most powerful videos I've ever seen. And long story short, Jonathan Thurston actually ended up missing the kick, hit the post. And we're like, yes, like we're in. And then they kicked off to us. We ended up dropping the ball right in front of our try line. They got the ball back and JT just did a field goal kick 20 meters out and slotted it. And I remember I was at dummy half and I could see them playing the ball and I was like, fuck, he's going to get the ball. I sprinted as fast as I could to try and get to him. And I literally watched the ball go over my head through the post and my dreams were shattered, man. Shattered. Fuck. I hit the ground, tears were falling. Bro, it was a hard thing to swallow. But that's part of life, man. Part of life,
can't
bro.
Win them all. Can't win them all.
You can't win them all. The life's a bit of a roller coaster. You have highs and lows, but you learn lessons from those tough times, man. And yeah, bro, it was it's still a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is, bro. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and still to this day, Rabs Warren, he's one of the GOATs commentator, said that's the best game he's ever commentated in his life. Okay. So to be a part of history, bro, where people say that game is the best grand final game they've ever witnessed, like that's something pretty cool to be a part of.
Absolutely, man. Fucking Jonathan Thurston, bro. Too good.
Yeah, JT, bastard. Every time I see him, we're good mates. We're good mates, bro.
Oh, yeah?
And
he's such a mad dog, bro. Like I said, man, the way he's so unique, man. This way he kicks, the way he sets up. That's all I would fucking tune into games. Like him, man. I would just tune into games just to watch him kick. That's it. Because when I was younger, I was like, who's this guy with a helmet? He's just whack. He kicks
who's this guy with a helmet?
Yeah, in rugby, like it was just mad. And then I'd always just tune in whenever they were playing. And I'm like, dude, this guy is just unbelievable kick, bro. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and like literally, he practiced that kick and all his kicks every single day. Yep. Every single day. It's like repetitions, man. 100%. You want to be good at something, you got to do repetitions over repetitions and maybe bored, but you have to do it if you want to be the best and the best.
Did you see Steph Curry hit 5 full court shots in a row the other day?
Bro, I've seen that. I've seen that.
What the fuck is that?
Mate, that can't be real. That cannot be real. It's not even a shot.
He's like slinging it, bro. Like it's not even a nice shot. It's just a sling. Like what?
And it literally swishes every time. I'm like, is this guy human or what?
Oh, it's fucking nuts. It kind of makes me think if the Jordan era was a 3-point era as well. Because they were very 2-point drive, push your shoulders out and play hard. Like, it was a fucking hard game. Now it's not as physical. But if he'd learned how to shoot even more threes than he already did, imagine how really good he could have been.
Yeah, 100%.
Even better. Like, he's still... I got to say, like, Jordan's the GOAT. I don't know what you think about Jordan or LeBron, but...
Nah, he's the GOAT.
It's just, imagine if he got more threes and he'd learned how to shoot more threes than what he did. Just nuts. Like, a 10 3-point game, 10 3-pointers in a game is just normal now.
Yeah. 100%, bro. You know who's one of my favorites at the moment, man? Damian Lillard.
He's a mad
Portland
dog.
Trailblazers. Bro, that game he played against the Nuggets a couple of days ago, they ended up losing, but he was draining threes. Left, right, center, double team, draining them. He's just a freak, man. He's a freak that's like heavily underrated. Because you got big names like LeBron and Zion and all that coming through. But Damian Lillard's just over here still handling his business, bro. And
100%.
I love him.
Just silently achieving.
Hell yeah, bro. 100%.
A lot of people wear his jersey. I do see a few little jerseys floating around my gym locally. So
yeah,
that's funny because I actually saw one today, and then you mentioned the name. There we go. There's something happening in the waves right now.
100%.
Who's like an athlete that you look up to outside of your sport?
Kobe was one of them. The Mamba mentality. I have many, bro, in terms of like, I like to take pieces from many different athletes. But like Kobe was definitely a massive one that I looked up to in terms of his mentality, man. Like, he would train before training. And you know, he would he always said that I'll rest when I retire. Like, I want to be the best, so I've got to train to be the best. And bro, literally, like, his mentality was just like something that no one else could compare to. And I love that, bro. So like, I loved watching him. I also like the Dream Team, you know, the Michael Jordan doco.
Yeah.
When you watch what they went through and their mentalities, like, I love those kind of things. Even the Conor McGregor documentary.
That was so
good. The Conor McGregor documentary was sick. Whether you love him or hate him, his mentality from becoming a nobody in Ireland to like one of the biggest UFC fighters that was selling out, you know, stadiums worldwide. Bro, what a story, man. What a story. It's just, it's pretty powerful when you see people like that and their upbringings and their journeys to get to where they come from or to where they are. It's just powerful, bro. Powerful. Like, I've always been someone that loves watching motivational speeches and those movies where you're like, whoa, I want to watch that before I go out because I just got goosebumps, you know what I mean? I'm corny like that, bro. It was funny one year, man. I think it was 2015 when we went to the grand final. My missus went through all my favorite YouTube videos that I saved that were like my motivational ones. And she clipped it all together and made a video collage for me that I used to watch before every game, bro.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
It was sick.
What a legend.
It was sick.
That's really sweet, man.
100%. So she did that for me, man. And literally every game I'd sit on the bus on the way to the stadium and I'll watch like my 10-minute video and I was just ready. I was locked in. I was ready to go. I was ready to tear some heads off.
Who are you watching? Like a David Goggins, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dwayne Johnson, Ronnie Coleman? Like, who are you listening to?
It was a mixture, bro. It was a mixture. There was bro, I've gone brain dead now. It was I can't even remember his name. He talks about if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe.
Yep.
That one. Can you remember that guy's name?
He's a darker gentleman, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
And he's a fucking tank, yeah?
Bro, he's a tank.
Yeah. Is he an actor?
But like, nah, he's not an actor. He's just he come from nothing, bro.
Okay.
And he literally built this empire.
As bad as you want to breathe.
Yeah, bro.
When you're gonna be successful.
Yeah,
One of those
100%.
ones. Yeah.
100%. So like there was a clip of his, and someone put his talk on like athlete collage where this guy was training and doing his off-season training and that, and I just watched that flat on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. You know who else is someone that I look up to, bro? Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, the Baltimore Ravens defensive man, safety guy, like, bro. This guy, so he's like he'll be
Eric
in the Hall
Thomas.
of Fame.
Eric Thomas.
Hey,
Eric Thomas.
Ray
was how bad
Eric
do you
Thomas.
want it?
Yes, that's him, Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
So I watched a few of his clips, bro. He inspired me heaps, man. His chats. But yeah, Ray Lewis was another one, man. He was a goat. Like if you watch some of his talks when he goes to college teams and all that, bro, it's so powerful because he talks about, you know, his upbringing and how his stepfather used to bash his mum when he was younger. So he'd be in his room doing push-ups so he can try and defend his mum when he got older.
Yeah.
And this mentality drove him to be one of the best defensive men in the NFL, bro.
Yep.
He's got some of the best YouTube things, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, man, he's another one that I watch closely, bro.
Yep. Who's an athlete that or person that you would love to meet that you haven't met yet? Whether that be movie star, athlete, psychologist that's famous.
Yeah, bro, that's a good question,
bro.
man. That's a good question. I think Ray Lewis will have to be one. Ray Lewis, just because of his career, like I was a massive fan of him, and also the inspiration that he helped or gave to me. You can say the cliche Michael Jordan and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if there was someone that I could bring back from the dead and have a dinner with him, it would be Tupac Shakur.
Woo.
My guy.
What's the first question you ask him?
How did you die?
Because
there's all this.
You reckon it's conspiracy?
Bro, I do, lad. I do. I'm big on that. Like you look at the rap that he was doing, you know, in 1990. He's talking about changing the world and racism and you know, all these riots going on and the government being corrupted. This is the shit we deal with today still. Yeah. And he was putting all this knowledge in his raps, bro. And you know, you see all this conspiracy thing with other rappers, like they all get killed through shooting or gang violence. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But literally that'll be the first question I'll ask, because there's all these different scenarios of how he died.
There is a lot. Yeah. The only people that would know are the people that were with him. Well, if there were people with him. But then they may not be around and all that type of stuff. Even like NWA, like I watched that movie about a year ago, and that was a great movie. Terrible. Like all the guys are just sitting on the side of on the corner, and then they get pulled up by these cops. Say, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, it's just like pipe down, man. Like, but I understand it. It's same as like Jeffrey Dahmer. Like you look at Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know if you've watched that documentary. Have you watched that? Nah. Twisted individual, man. Very twisted. Right. Who is he? He's a serial killer. He killed about 19 people. And he would then cut them up and zombify them.
Was this the guy that was like homosexual?
Yes.
Yeah,
the reason he got away with it for so long is because he was gay, and a lot of the cops would not want to come into the apartment and suss out like the dead bodies and the skulls and the fucking bones everywhere and shit from all of his victims when he put too much acid into their head when they drew, you know. Then he's like, oh well, what do I do with it? Okay, well it's just, mate, he was twisted, but it's kind of like that whole situation, man, and he was a twisted. Sorry, we're going. Oh, bro, dark path. This guy was fucking twisted, bro.
Hell yeah.
He got taken out in jail, but yeah, there's a lot of conspiracies.
Do you think, bro? Do you think people like that just were born that way?
No. It's like, let's go back to Ray. Was it Ray that you were saying? Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis. So look at Ray Lewis, one of the greatest defensive players of all time, you're saying.
Yeah.
You give me a little bit of background for me to understand that he was always using his dad bashing his mum for motivation. So he's immediately putting defense as his priority. So he's training himself to become a defensive player. And whilst it's not a convenient way, whilst it's not the way that people would usually train to become a defensive player, he's kind of been doing that his whole life. So he's kind of born into it and sculpted into it. You know what I mean? And so then Jeffrey Dahmer was like a situation where he was very into dissecting things and he had a lot of curiosity. The parents fed that to him and really encouraged it. And that's kind of what twisted him down that path. And from observation, could be wrong, but not a lot of guys accepted him. So no, not a lot of, I don't think girls really accepted him. So he kind of went down the route of the boy route, even though he was just a weird dude, that weird dude at school. And then some people, then the only people that were kind of there that would accept him are the gays, because they were very welcoming and had a really good community and culture like that. So he used that to his advantage by taking these victims. So you kind of, I could be wrong, but there's no way that you're born out of the womb a serial killer or an absolute beast of an athlete. Whilst, let's say, for example, you've got pedigree where you have a great frame, you've got different types of muscle fiber tissues inside yourself, and genetics that will help enhance your children. I think it's like 60% there's a chance there. And depending on the route that they choose to go, then they'll be able to either follow your path if they have the skill to be able to do that, or they'll go into something else that may work better for their bodies, because obviously it's part of yourself and your wife as well. It's not 100% of you. But if you look at Yao Ming had two super athlete parents. So he was a genetic like lab experiment. He was fucking massive. He had two elite athlete parents. He was actually like made to play a sport. So that's kind of how you get it. And you've got a lot of people that, you know, NBL players, National Basketball League, they'll get a lot of netballer chicks. So their kid's going to be absolutely tall. You know, it's always going to happen. So all these things are a little bit of genetics. But it's kind of crafted around the, you know, habits. It's like an alcoholic, you know,
the upbringing,
upbringing and stuff,
their environments and all that stuff. Yeah,
that's right, man. You know, you've got alcoholics. Alcoholics will become dependent on alcohol. They will possibly may have had the mother drinking in the womb, whilst they're in the womb, feeding them alcohol. So it's kind of in their system. And like it really. Look, this is just my own analysis of it all, but I could be wrong, and that's totally fine. Let me know in the YouTube comments. But that's just my analysis. What about yourself? Do you think that?
Nah. Oh, bro, no, I don't think they're born like that. Because you look at kids, right? Kids ain't born with racism. So like you see the photos of like white kids and black kids hugging each other. They're like, like it's cool. Like racism gets developed around the environments that you're in and the people you surround yourself with and the information that gets brought in. So I absolutely agree with you there, bro. And then obviously genetics and all that have effects on whether you're going to be this athlete or this amazing singer and all this stuff. But yeah, bro, I definitely agree with you there, man. We're not born into these crazies or professional athletes in a way. It comes down to your habitat and where you live and the people that surround you, bro, and the information that's given to you as a youngster.
That's it, man. That's it. I at footy, you would have had this. At footy, when you're growing up, so when you were a young bloke, probably about 12 to 16, so before you went into the big boy leagues, you would have had those parents that were pushing the kids a ton. 100%.
All the time.
And then there's also, we used to have it. It was fucking hilarious. Dad used to put his footy boots on and train with us, bro, with his son. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Shut up.
Bro, if people really dug into this, they could possibly figure out who I'm talking about. But he got drafted to a AFL football club. And he was, I made the joke about, was he in his fucking footy boots training with him at the footy club? But he was there watching every single session on the park bench. That's weird, bro.
Bro,
He doesn't play.
yeah.
The bloke doesn't play AFL anymore.
Yeah.
He's completely gone. I don't even know what he's done. I don't think he's had any support whatsoever post
Right.
football. But yeah, I'm just like all these. There's
So
so
the
many.
dad
Man.
was trying to live his dream through his son, by the sounds
Yeah.
of things, huh?
Oh, for sure, man. For sure.
But it happens in rugby league all the time.
Yeah.
I guess it would be the
It's
same as any
everywhere,
sport, man.
Everywhere.
In every sport. And I guess for me, like what I don't want to be is that dad. Like everyone's like, oh, is your son gonna play footy? I'm like, if he wants to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because I play footy doesn't mean that my son has to.
Well, that's it.
But he is obsessed with footy. He loves it and lives and breathes it. Like lives and breathes it. And literally yesterday he asked me, Dad, are you gonna coach our team again? And I was pretty stoked. I was like, do you want me to? And he goes, yeah, I do. And I was like, yeah, sweet, I'll coach you.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy that, but I'm never gonna be a parent that forces my kids to do something that they don't want to do. You know, I do want my kids to try like different sports and different things. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. I'm not gonna be that parent that's like, nah, you're gonna do this because you'll get good money or whatever.
Yep.
It's like, nah, I've seen it happen too many times in sports where kids literally are playing a sport, especially rugby league, and they honestly don't enjoy it, man. And it gets to a point when they get to 18, 19 and they just quit.
Yep.
And the parents are like, what are you doing? And it's like, I don't enjoy the sport. I'm doing it because you want me to do it. And it's like, fuck. In a way, I feel like that's a fail as a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's why I do a lot of the stuff that I do in high schools with the Broncos still. Like I work with Indigenous kids and Polynesian kids.
Yep.
To help, I guess, create some conversations around what do they want to do when they leave high school, and try and help them, you know, get work experience and try different jobs and all that to see what they love and what they want to do.
That's called Beyond Broncos, is it? That
program? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, there we go. So tell us a bit about the Broncos. Beyond the Broncos.
Yeah, so I'm a part of elite team. So I've got myself, Scotty Prince, Justin Hodges, bro, Justin Hodges, Darius Boyd, Ali Brigginshaw. Like these guys are greats of the club. Ali Brigginshaw is like the captain of the girls team, and they've won 3 championships in the last 4 years, and she's still playing today. So our team is all professional athletes, and we go out to the high schools. We got 53 high schools in Queensland that we visit, and we teach them about life skills, things that we wish we learned at school. So you talk about leadership, talk about resilience and well-being, mental health, cultural identity, understanding who you are as a person, first and foremost, and respect and relationships. All these things that we kind of learned on our journey in life, or we relied on our mentors and our parents to teach us. So the one thing that we've learned is that not many, there's houses out there where the kids don't have good role models. Yeah. So that's where we step in and we try and be that role model for these kids, bro. And I fucking love it, eh? I love it, man, because you see the impact it has on these kids. And they see how much time we give to them, that like when we break down those trust barriers, like they really open up to you and tell you some of the struggles that they've gone through. And as 15, 16-year-olds, like some of these kids have gone through some heartache and trauma, man. Like there's a family, like brother and sister, they lost their mom and dad. Okay. So they're living in like housing commission. Yeah. And like that's hard, bro. Yet they're still graduating from high school. They're still getting high grades. They're
still showing up. They're still getting out of bed in the morning. They're still getting dressed.
Bro, right? And like we open these kids' eyes to all these skills that they are doing in terms of resilience, in terms of dedication, sacrifice. Like these kids don't realize how well they are managing life, bro. Yeah. At a young age. So it's been so fulfilling, bro, and I love it, man. I do that a couple days a week. And then I juggled my gym legacy through movement, and it keeps me busy, but it is very fulfilling work because I get to give back and guide these kids so that when they leave school, they have a better understanding or they know who they are and what they want to do when they leave school, bro.
100%, man. And those conversations that you're having with these children regarding that, what do you want to do when you're older? That may not happen at the dinner table or at all in period from the parents. So it's kind of like sometimes, for example, when you see someone in the street and you say, "G'day, mate, how are you?" And they just, "Oh, fuck, okay, I'm good." Or you say, "You seem a little bit down." "Oh, no, I'm not. I'm good." Yeah. Like people just stare off into the abyss.
Yeah.
And
100.
when people kind of feel that, it's kind of like, "Oh, shit, someone cares about me," even though I don't know them. And you may not have this relationship with these children, but it's that little bit of uplift that they can kind of break free from the reality that they're in right now, and that's all that they need. A bit of a spark to the fire, and gets it all going.
Us as human beings, man, we look for validation in life. So that acknowledgement that you give to someone in the morning, that's totally random. You say good morning or how are you? They're like, "Yo, oh, Dad, this guy sees me." You know what I mean? That little validation that you took the time out to say good morning to them, that's what we search for in life, bro. And that's what we created at Legacy, is that validation that, hey, we see you turning up. We see you aren't yourself today, and that's okay. But we're here if you need to have that conversation or a chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone searches for it, bro. We search for it in our work that we do. We search for it in our hobbies that we do. Like that little bit of validation, man, in life. And that's just who we are as human beings, bro. That's our race. We all strive for a bit of validation in life, man. And it's good to be kind. It's good to be nice. And it's good to put yourself out there and have a conversation with totally a random person that you never met before. That's cool.
That's it, man. And your health and well-being and wellness, and now that's become a more accepted stigma to have, especially in pro athletes. And I guess like it might be even more with you guys in the NRL, because you guys are like genuinely like fucking big tough guys, like tougher than AFL type of guys. Oh, all the AFL guys coming after me. But hey, I used to play it too. I used to play AFL like it was rugby with the tackling type of situation. The player that I used to watch for tackles was Mitch Robinson. Used to always watch Robbo, always, because he played for Carlton, then he played for Brisbane. But I just tuned into games to watch him crunch blokes, because I'm like, that's literally what I used to do. But yeah, it's one of those things, man. Where you just need that question, and you need that advice from someone that is outside of your family, and they really take it on board, and they, they'll indulge the question and take it on board. Go home that night, lay in bed after their shower, and be like, and they just keep thinking about it. They may even write it down, and then it just
100%.
And whilst yourself and the other elite group that you're with may be saying this advice to people, and you guys are talking about these things, and you might have just said something small which you may say to other people and whatnot, but that kid just has taken it and just lifted it, and that's the thing that's taken this kid and given him motivation to push through the year. Next year's going to be a better year. All those types of things, man.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like literally, I'm going to juvenile detention center tomorrow to talk about well-being and mental health.
Yeah.
And it's like I've been doing it for the last 4 months. I go there once a month, and I work with these kids that are locked up in juvenile, and like I talk to these kids, and they give me so much respect back, because I see them and I'm giving them time. And a lot of these kids, they're troublemakers, but that's because of the guidance they've had at home. They've never had it.
Yep.
They've never had someone that just would sit there and listen to them or hear them out. And these kids don't have anyone to talk to in terms of emotional feelings. So when I get to work with these kids, it is cool, because I get to pass on some knowledge and wealth to these kids that although you're in here, it doesn't mean your life's over. You can still, you're at a young age that you can still have a huge impact on your life and still be very successful. but you have to be willing to make that sacrifice and that change within yourself. And one thing that I get these kids to do is, and it's a pretty cool life habit to do, is write down three positive things that you were grateful for that happened to you today. And they're like, oh, what does that mean? It's like, write down 3 things that you were happy about that happened to you today. And it could be as simple as, I got a nice hot meal tonight, or I had a nice warm bed, or fresh, clean clothes to get changed into in the morning. It can be anything.
Yeah.
Like, I get to jump on this podcast with Jacko GFreak for episode number 50. You know what I mean? It can be anything. And it comes down to you. You just write 3 things. And what that does is, when you do that every single night, over and over, like repetitions, it changes the perception of your brain and focuses on the positive things that happen to you instead of the one negative thing that happened to you.
Yeah.
You know how one bad thing can happen to you and it just ruins your day.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Like
So when you
100 good comments on Twitter and one bad one, bang.
and one bad one, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? What did I do wrong? You know what I mean? It's, as human beings,
and then like, I'll fucking
focus
show this motherfucker and start talking.
Yeah, 100%.
back. Yeah.
That's like, we focus on the negatives all the time in life.
Yeah.
So when you practice that and you write down the 3 positive things every single night, you rewire your brain to just see the positive things and forget the negative. You know what I mean?
100%.
And it changes your perspective on life, man. And the way that you go into things. As simple as, you know, instead of, oh man, I have to go to work today, you change the word have to, and you change it to get to. And like, as soon as you say that in a sentence, it's like, whoa, like that's a total different scenario. You know what I mean? Like, there's an opportunity for me to grow today at work. What it may be, we never know. But if you keep your negative comments, or if you focus on your negative energy, you're not going to allow for any other opportunities to come your way. But if you change your perspective and put it in a positive way, bro, you never know what might happen today.
100%,
you know, or
man.
what conversation or which life you might save by simply saying hello to a stranger or smiling, you know?
Yep.
These are the things that I think about all the time, man.
1%ers,
all the
man.
time.
I remember a coach used to tell me, and I've kind of put it, he told to me just for football, but I use it across everything. And it's more about, you know, all the 1%ers add up and they win you a game. And and they're the 1%ers, man. It's as simple as that, you know. You got to block.
Oh, yeah.
You got to fucking shepherd. You got to talk to your teammates. Oh, okay, no worries, mate. You know, you're screaming at your face and stuff. But yeah, like, you know, you're asking small things. But even like to your points that you said, to expand on those, that, you know, I absolutely agree. I personally, you know, if something bad happens, like, well, my car's broken down. Could be worse. I could have crashed it, and I could be in hospital. And the other person, if I hit him, God forbid, they could be in hospital as well. Like, you know, or I'm really sad today. I feel fat, right? For example, oh, well, we can go to gym tomorrow, conquer the day tomorrow. I'm grateful that I've got a roof over my head and a bed to sleep in, instead of sleeping under a bridge with on a cardboard box, you know. And it could always, I think that it could always be worse, you know. If you could throw your hat into your problem into the ring with everyone else's problem, you'll be taking your shit back.
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. And that's why I like, you know, doing work with disability groups and all that stuff, because, mate, these people are so happy.
100%.
You know, and
like
they're living a hard life, man.
Yeah.
They're living a hard, some of them are in wheelchairs, some of them are paraplegics, but they are happy. You know what I mean? And that puts a perspective on our lives. It's like, all right, our problems, yes, they may be shit. They may make you upset, but it's not the end of the world. We can turn this around. You got 2 choices and 2 ways that you can look at the situation. You can either sulk about it, or you do something about it and you improve your lifestyle or your life, you know?
100%.
And I think a lot of us in this world are just very entitled. And we expect things to happen for us without actually doing the hard work. But you know, at the end of the day, we can try and add value to our people and try and make the world a better place, one person at a time. But as long as we can try and collectively let people know that perspective is everything, that to be grateful for what you have and not focus on what you don't have, life will be a lot more easier for yourself.
100%.
And it's hard because social media, man, we judge ourselves off people's lives on social media. No one puts the shit in their life on social media.
Yeah.
And that's the reality.
I want that bag.
Bro.
I want that car. I want that holiday.
Yeah, bro. And we all do, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll tell you what I do want. I want your dog, bro. That is a gorgeous golden retriever that you have, bro. Honestly, man. Holy shit. Have you sold the puppies?
The puppies are gone.
Oh, yeah, no. They were the kids.
Yeah. The kids.
Your daughter never took me up on the offer, man. Chubba Chup and minimum chips with chicken salt.
But there'll be more puppies. I love
how she was like, no. Oh, I said $5. She said 500. I said, okay. Oh, actually 5 billion. I'm like, yeah, that's a bit high. Yeah.
Kids and their numbers, bro. Like, they got no idea.
100%.
They got no idea. It's funny, man. It is funny.
For sure, man. Tell me about your dog, man. It's winning comps, bro. Like
bro.
Stage comps for athleticism, or is it just purely aesthetics?
Yeah, aesthetics and looks.
Yep.
So Gemma, that's Gemma's little side hustle. She's been a vet nurse. This is my partner, for those that don't know. We've been engaged for 7 years, man. Never been married yet because footy's just full on and then life's full on, but hopefully next year we'll get married. But she's been a vet nurse for 16, 17 years, and she's always loved animals. And we got a golden retriever. We've been together 10 years, going on 11 years now. We got a golden retriever about 10 years ago.
Yep.
Absolutely loved him. He's the best dog in the world. And then Jem was like, you know what? I work my ass off here for someone else. I want to do something else. So she's like, I'm going to start breeding my own golden retrievers. I was like, oh, yep, sweet. And she wants to do it the right way.
Yep.
So she doesn't want to be a backyard breeder. She wants to do it the right way. So she's gone and got papers from a breeder, which is one of the best breeders for golden retrievers in the country.
Yep.
And we got a puppy from her on breeding terms. So
yes,
literally, we've got all her certificates, we got all her scans and stuff. And basically, Jem had to go and showcase her in dog shows to get her as a championship breed.
Yep.
Now, what that means is you got to get 100 points, and you get 6 points per win, and then an extra point per dog you beat in the round. So it was a bit of a grind. It's like grinding camos on Warzone and that. You gotta put time in, bro.
She's grinding real life camos.
She's literally grinding real life titles and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of hard work, man. Like, she's got to groom Kelly, which is our dog. She's got to wash her, groom her, and make sure all her hair's all cut and perfect.
Yep.
Every single night before the show, and she'll do a show 1, 2, 3 times a weekend.
Yep.
So she'd have to do that once every week, and that's like 2 hours, man, to groom her. So she's perfect. So she finally got a championship title.
Let's go.
And now we can start breeding her next year, and that will literally be Jem's job. As of next year, she'll do 1 day at the vets and then full-time breeding, bro. So it'll be sick.
Oh, well,
big money in it, man.
Tell her congratulations for the championship.
For the grind.
For the grind. For unlocking the polyatomic camo right there.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Love that. But I do know that because my nan got a show dog from, not a backyard one. It's a American Cocker Spaniel, and it was from a show dog background, but on the terms that had to be desexed and couldn't be bred anymore at a certain price. And that's how she got the dog. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to get the dog at that price and blah, blah, blah. Because, it's very bitchy. It's fucking, don't get in the dog breeding. It's fucking so bitchy, man.
It's these papers.
It's fucking, there's so much legal shit with a good dog, with good pedigree. And I'm just talking about, if if you're getting a dog, you want good paws, good skin, good fucking, internals and stuff, ability to breathe,
temperament, everything,
all that stuff, absolute coats.
Oh,
but
bro,
to get
and then
then
you go to shows and like they're judgy as hell, and they're like, oh my god, like what's she wearing? Why does her dog look like that? You know what I mean? God. I'm like, holy fuck, this is nuts. This is nuts. And then like, so we've got American bloodlines in our golden retrievers, so they're the dark goldens.
Yep.
Then you've got European bloodlines, which is the white golden retrievers. Yep. And European dog owners, and American dog owners don't click together. They're like, don't talk to them. And Jim's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? They're like, she's a European breed. And I'm like, fuck, this is nuts.
Holy
so there's
shit.
So much bitchiness in there, and Jim's not about it. She's like, I'll talk to whoever I want.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But it is crazy, bro. Like, I thought the footy world and like the clickiness amongst the wives and all that was like a headache. But dog breeding, another ball game, bro. Another ball game.
That's just lifted the bar.
Oh, bro.
Like, so I bet you some of the judges too that judge it, the ones that judge harder, you'd be like, are there no fucking mirrors in your house? 100%. 100%. They'd be the worst ones.
Mate, the judges are the worst because 100%. They will literally just bombshell the best dog if it's not like in Jim's industry. You'll get judges that love just American ones, and you'll get judges that love European. So if you get a European judge, even though your dog is the best looking one and the temperament's amazing, because of the color of its fur or coat, they're like, nah, scratch. And they'll go for these ones that are white. It's crazy, bro. Talk about racism in real life. There's racism in the dog world. It's ludicrous.
What are we talking about on this gaming podcast, man? Oh my
god.
Hey, let's segue, okay? You joined the Chiefs, mate. You joined the Chiefs back in 2019, was it?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
2019. I remember when you first joined. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who you were. I heard your name, but I wasn't familiar with you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I saw the photo with AK and Nick. And I'm like, that's a big fucking dude, okay? He's got a thick neck. He 100% plays fucking rugby. Looked it up, and I'm like, yes, winner. Anyway, but dude, how did that all come about? And I guess for yourself, you were in the leadership position you're in. You were gaming, like, that's a big thing. Like, oh shit, better not do that whilst playing rugby or any professional sport. And now you just signed to the country's biggest esport team. How was that?
Bro, nuts, man. Literally nuts. I was like a kid in the candy store when that happened. I was like, let's fucking go. Like, what's happened? This is nuts. But how it come about was I was talking to Robbo. Because me and Robbo have done a few promos at Rebel Sports together, and we've linked up on Call of Duty before. And I just asked him about how he got into streaming and all that first and foremost, and he said that he was a part of the Chiefs a few years ago, and they helped him grow his platform to what it was, and then he went on his own ways.
Yep.
And then so he put me in touch with Nick, and I literally reached out to him on Instagram and just said I'd love to have a chat, man. I've just recently started streaming and I've always played Call of Duty, blah blah blah. And he goes, yeah, bro, let's link up. And not knowing Nick was in Brisbane, I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And he was a huge Broncos fan.
There we go.
I was like, boom, there we go. There was my foot in the door. So we literally had a sit down, him and AK at the cafe, and we just talked banter and footy the whole time. It was sick, bro. It was such a cool, I guess, meeting, if you call that, because we were just being ourselves. It was just very organic. And then I just told him straight up, man, like, I'm just a console player, bro. I only just started streaming, but I love gaming, bro. And can you teach me this esports world and what it's all about? And they're like, yep, sweet. So they brought me onto the team, man, which I was stoked about. And they pretty much supplied me with my setup that I have now, which, is like a 12 grand setup.
It's mint,
So-
bro. That Computer Alliance computer that you have there.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Like I was a person that had only played console. So when they got me this PC, the boys come and set it up, and I was like, "Oh, yep. So what's this?" I knew nothing about PCs.
Yeah.
Knew nothing about specs, graphics cards, nothing, bro. And they looked at me and they go, "Mate, you have no idea how good this PC is, eh?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't." And he goes, "Well, I know you like cars, so picture yourself not knowing anything about cars and you jump in a Lamborghini." And he goes, "That's what your PC is." And I was like, "Fuck, okay." So I've got a pretty dope PC. And yeah, bro. So ever since they set that up, man, I've been trying to learn the ways of being a PC gamer. I still game on control. But literally the I guess the opportunities that I've been able to create for myself through Chiefs. I was just recently got back from a huge Singapore event with Call of Duty and Activision, which was pretty dope.
That looks sick.
That was so cool. Like the last 2 years has been probably the most enjoyable 2 years of my life in terms of gaming.
Yep.
Because I've got to do some cool events with Call of Duty, which is a game I grew up with, and also learn about the whole esports world, man, and how insane it is. I'm still yet to go to a live event, but that will happen soon.
Next
But
year?
yeah, bro.
You're going to come to Melbourne next year?
Bro, I'd love to.
Have you
If
seen...
Nick and AK go down, I'm coming.
You're coming, bro. You're coming. I want you there. Have you seen
But yeah.
the DreamHack website?
I haven't.
Okay. Well, in your spare time, just go to DreamHack and go to Melbourne and just have a look.
Crazy.
No, just look at the photos that are there. When you purchase the big boy ticket, just have a look at whose head's there. Just saying.
Hey,
just saying.
Is it someone that I'm talking to right now?
Oh, possibly.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, actually, sorry. It's the GFreak.
Hey, the GFreak.
Not me.
Yeah.
No,
but
I'm keen to have you come to a live event for your very first live event. And if it is DreamHack, I really hope it is, because that's a really heavily based esport event. A lot of confetti, a lot of trophies, all that type of stuff, championships, and it really is cool. It's in March, April.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it is during the season, or just before the season, at the start of the season. But yeah, it really is a really cool weekend. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. And I think that out of that and PAX, you would, if you're into esports, so you would definitely enjoy that more than PAX. And it's such a great event. It's at Rudlaver, Centerpiece, and Margaret Court Arena. I'm sure you're familiar with those places.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh,
no,
100%,
I've heard
man.
nothing but great things from it, man. So I'm looking forward to hopefully, ticking that box. But yeah, it's since joining the Chiefs, bro, it's been one of the best things I've done, man, in terms of meeting amazing players in the esports world, linking up with people like yourself. Also the sponsors like Red Bull. I got my Red Bull fridge in the back. Like they supply Red Bull all the time and fill the fridge up all the time. It's just like the craziest opportunities in terms of the gaming world has come through since. Yeah, bro, it's cool.
Slab a month, got him piling up.
Bro,
I can't keep up. I'm smashing him. I just can't keep up.
100%.
But I'm so grateful for it. It's nuts.
Oh, so grateful
it's
for
ridiculous,
it, bro.
hey? It really
Have you
is
tried the
super
new
kind.
watermelon flavor?
Yeah. I got it. And okay, so there's the red one, and there's a pomegranate one. So there's a watermelon and a pomegranate.
Yeah.
What do you like more out of the two?
I like the watermelon, man. I like it.
I like them both.
Yeah.
I think
even the tropical, the yellow one, the tropical is not too bad too.
I haven't had it. People talk about that and say, "Oh, that one with vodka." I'm like, I've never had it. Never had it, man.
That with vodka it would be game changer.
Yeah, I wrote myself off at that Red Bull party. Bad, bro. Bad.
That's so good.
It was no good.
So good.
I'll have to tell you about it when I see you in person.
For sure.
It's not really one to put out there publicly. But it was it was nothing bad. It was just I definitely overconsumed and didn't consume my strategy that I usually do is like the one glass of water between every drink. Yeah. And you pull up, you're just tired the next day.
Yeah.
But you're pissing all night. But I don't give a shit about that.
100.
I didn't do that, bro. I didn't do that, and it got a little bit out of hand.
Hey, we all gotta let our hair down,
That's it,
and
man.
have a good time, bro.
That's it, bro. That's it. But
And when in Brizzy, when in Queensland, man, you gotta send it.
well, that's it. Yeah, this weekend. Yeah, I don't. I'm not going. Yeah, not if I'm coming to your gym in the Mazda, then I'm not drinking piss at all. Okay, because I cannot be hungover going to your gym. There is no way.
Oh, bro, I'll have to pull the bucket out for you, lad.
Oh no, man. Oh no, good. Hey, on the actually, out of curiosity, on the rower, do you have a rower at your gym?
Yep.
How fast can you row a kilometer in?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I haven't done that in a long, long time, man. I'm not too sure, but I can do it this week and let you know.
Do it.
Why? Have you done it?
3:58.
3:58. He says that like he's bragging too, chat.
That's my warm up before I do my legacy workout.
Oh, okay.
From what I remember, okay, and then I jump on the echo bike and just hit myself with an upper body and lower body, and we're out.
Nice.
And we say, thank you, AG, for these gains, and I hate myself for doing it, but I love it at the end.
Nice. Well, I will
jump on it.
I will jump on it. I think I got to do it tomorrow then.
Okay.
Because I go for surgery on Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and it is Monday today.
I'll have to give it a crack tomorrow on Tuesday.
100%. Let me know how you go.
What was it? 3:58.
3:58. Hang on. Let me have a look at my Discord. On my phone. It was.
Text it to me.
Because you know how it keeps swinging. It keeps spinning when you let go of it.
Yeah.
So here it says 404. Average of 203 per 500 meters. I did 1,014 meters. I'll send it to you.
Okay, send it to me.
Send it to you and see how we go. And then you'll do it.
I'll send you a little challenge, bro.
Okay, and then I'm going to go for it again. And it's just going to be toxic workout sessions on our tests.
Mate, I don't think you'll be able to beat mine when I do it, G.
No fucking way, bro. No fucking way. Hey, you're going to have a fuck fun. You're coming out on the weekend and we're going to go for a boxing match on the tennis court. Okay, it's good.
Hey, let's go.
Classic,
me
man.
And Jacko were
classic.
To each other earlier.
No, I want to go with Kahu. I just feel like Kahu and I am always beefing, bro. So I need to go with Kahu first. 100%.
Oh, get him.
Oh, I'm going to
be the commentator.
I want to get Kahu so fucking bad, bro.
I want to see this.
It'd be the funniest thing, man.
Bro.
What was another thing I was going to talk to you about?
That's the best thing about this is like banter, man. Banter is something that I need in my life. When you're around people like yourself and Kahu and Nick and AK, like all we do is just talk shit, man. And I love it. I love it, bro. Because it brings that little competitiveness within yourselves. And it's not so serious all the time. Fucking gold.
Yeah, we're joking.
Until someone cups a freaking jab straight to the nose, and it's like, yeah, we're on now.
Yeah. Okay, no good. What are your goals when it comes to? We'll start with gaming. With the Chiefs, like where do you want to be with the Chiefs in the next, we'll say, 12 to 24 months, and then we'll get into some other where you want to be with business 24 months from now.
I'm not too sure, man. Like in terms of like, I just want to be, I guess, in more competitive competitions, man.
Yep.
I really enjoyed it, and like more world events where like I did with Singapore and Activision and that. Like I want to be a part of more of those things because there's such a cool vibe. And when you go into tourneys, man, it's a different ball game, bro. It's a different ball game. Like you got to put grind in with your team and understand one another. Because when you go into that, there's no bot lobbies. Like you're up against the best of the best. And I played in a couple, and I think we won one game against your team.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was 2v1, bro, and we ended up taking out that first game, which we should never have. But we were playing like rats. Like, yeah, man, like those competitions really helped me grow in terms of a player.
Yep.
And how I play in Warzone, and I really loved it, Like I want to get more on a competitive level and get like a full-time squad that we constantly are playing with one another, and so that when we go into, because at the moment I just play with my boys from the gym and mates from footy and all that. It's all over the shop, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But I want to get into a competitive level where I'm competing at a high level in Call of Duty. Because that will be cool, bro. That'll be cool.
100%. It's really with you, like you're such a competitive guy that needs that camaraderie, and to have that team with you in game that you're sticking with all the time. You do have your banter moments, but then you're like, oh, dial in. There's the gunfight happening. Like I find that every athlete that I've had on this podcast, from AFL to NRL and whatnot, that everyone has always wanted to, if they can't do it physically because they've retired or they're injured or whatever, they'll play games because they can still get that competitive nature out, that hit that little itch. But also
100%.
Also get that like teammate camaraderie happening as well, and keep the comms up, which is a big thing on the field as well.
Absolutely, bro. You couldn't have said it better, man. Couldn't have said it better. Like there's no, it's literally like when you win a game for the Broncos, it's exactly the same when you fucking get a dub, you know? It's the I guess testosterone that's going through the roof. And like when we won that game against you guys, man, I was like swearing the house down. I was like, let's fucking go. And we got all our scripts saying that you're not allowed to swear on Twitch and all that when you stream. That went out the window when we won that.
For these tournaments, bro. They have those rules in there in these contracts that we all have to sign. Yeah. And it just that get fucked.
Nah, bro. Like that was my second tourney and we took out the first game, bro. You know, I'm gonna share my excitement.
1 out of 6, that's nuts, bro.
Oh, bro. Like I'm just glad we got one win, you know what I mean?
Bro, and the first one off the rip, I was like, look, because I think we died. I died like, I don't know, top 5 teams that were left. And then it flicked me to your team. I'm like, oh, let's go, bro.
Yeah,
because it was you guys, so I was spectating. I'm like, that's fucking sick, man. That's sick.
Yeah, and I was playing on console too. Then
hey, because if it's not me, I'm happy for another fellow Chiefs creator to
bro.
Anyway, so.
And it was funny because AK and Nick come through the stream.
Did they?
They literally come through the stream just as we won it, and they're like, huge. Fucking someone clip it.
Let's go.
Someone clip it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Chiefs on top, baby. Chiefs on top.
Massively on top. Huge.
Yeah, bro.
And another thing as well is that where do you see yourself and what are some goals that you have when it comes to business or family or just things that you're focusing on to really dial in on in the next
I guess for us in Legacy, man, like we eventually want a franchise.
Yep.
And expand. But the thing with me and Jerry is like we are very strict on making sure that this one is built up properly first and foremost.
Yep.
Because when you start the franchise, that's when a lot of problems come through. So, you know, the hard part is when you franchise, how do you keep that same culture in a different city? You know what I mean? That's going to require myself or Jerry to be there for presence in a period of time to select the right people that have the same values as us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of dynamics, but that's one of our goals. We do want a franchise Legacy. And my main goal, bro, for me is to be able to just literally start up a few franchises of Legacy and just co-manage it, bro. And I game at home the whole day.
Hang on. You game at home all day whilst in your garage with your nice brand new G63 next to you.
Yeah, hell yeah. G63, and then I've got a Chevy 64 Impala sitting there on hydros.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What color are we going?
I don't know yet. I'm not too sure, man. Like, I'm not too sure. I do like white. I like a metallic white. But then I see some red ones. I'm like, oh, they look nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too fussed on the color just yet. But we'll see when we get it. Hell yeah, when we get it.
So are you
and
just
then,
gonna...
you know, another car that I love, bro? I'd love like a Mazda RX-3. Like a rotary.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd love it. Coming
Sure.
from New Zealand,
Surely
rotaries
they
are
can
massive.
surely the boys at Aspley can get you
Hey,
one of those,
right?
right? You know what I'm saying? Aspley
Frickin'
Mazda, you just got to shout it on the fucking big
mate.
podcast. Okay, what's going on?
Bro, the number
Jeez.
one ambassador in the country. Come on, surely.
Oof, get that rotary happening, man.
Yes, sir.
They're jibbing you.
Yeah,
They're jibbing you.
like I said, bro, I'm a bit of a rev head, man. So I'd have a fucking shitload of cars if I was a millionaire.
100%. My
One day.
my dad is doing a job right now, and it's about a it's a 5 to 4,000 square meter job, and it's just this guy's garage for his cars.
Fuck.
It's gonna fit like over 100 cars in there. How ridiculous is that?
That's nuts, bro.
And then
That's
he's gonna
nuts.
and then he's gonna showroom them as like an opening, like, you know, everyone can just come in once a week and have tours of the place and just
That's
walk
sick.
between all the cars because he has that many. Like,
You know
how
what's the crazy
nuts.
thing? Is like these ain't just 100 cars of just any car.
No, they're not.
These will be classics. Like these will be fucking top of the line.
Yeah.
Like, you know, 1 of 10 editions and shit. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. That is nuts.
It's nuts, man.
I'll throw a question at you, bro.
Go for it.
If you had to choose one car in the world to have, what would you choose?
One car.
Just one car.
The dream car. And that's
The
all you can
dream
ever have
car.
for the rest of your life.
Well, not for the rest of the life, but you know, like if you
Just
were to
one
wake
car
up
now.
tomorrow and this car was in your driveway.
I always loved the look of the McLaren P1. And it has to be that volcanic orange.
The orange and black.
It's no, it's a sunburst orange. So it's got the orange and
Right.
red in it. It's like a
Oh,
metallic, yeah. It literally
Yeah.
looks like a Hot Wheels car. Now, I
Yeah.
was obsessed with one of these cars when I was younger. I had one. Don't know where it is now. But that McLaren P1, man. Like, people are going to say
Yo.
Bugatti. Everyone wants a fucking Bugatti. Not everyone
Yeah.
wants a McLaren, you know? And then I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's a sick car. And I'm never a person to drive colored cars like that.
Yeah.
I'm always like, you know, black, white, silver. But this
Yeah.
car, that would be a sunburst. What about you, man?
Well, that's literally the iconic McLaren color, though. You know what I mean?
100%.
When you see that, you're like, oh shit, that's a P1.
100%, man.
You know.
What about yourself, bro?
I'd probably ask for a Mazda BT50. Nah.
Living the dream, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Living the dream. For people that don't know, Alex already has one of those. Okay.
If I had to choose one, bro, I've always been a Lamborghini Aventador fan.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Always, man. As cliche as it is, like I just love when you see a matte black one. I'm just like, fuck yeah, that's a
They're
Batmobile.
nice. They're nice.
That's a Batmobile. That's my dream car. But if I had to choose luxury, Rolls Royce Phantom, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely, that would have been my second.
That's a fucking bro.
VTOL.
As if
You
you,
can't
don't feel
hear
like
it.
a president. You know what I mean?
You can't hear
Cruising
it, but it's
in that.
sick. Oh, amazing.
Like when you that's a head turner. When you
Yeah.
get a Rolls Royce, fucking cruising down the street, like people are going, holy shit, that's a car on wheels right there.
Have you seen the Rolls Royce Phantom that does the burnouts everywhere? I think it might have been Top Gear. And they were taking it for
real?
burnouts, drifting it and stuff. It was funny
No
as fuck.
way.
And it was incredible. They did the best drifts and burnouts ever.
Mate, that's insane to think how heavy that car is.
I know.
And they control it drifting. Fuck.
It'd just be like slow motion. It'd be like a big boat, you know?
Yeah, literally.
It's moving, but the wheels are going hard. But actually, you know what the dream
Literally.
car is? A Holden GTRS W1. Okay, that's a $1 million car right there. There's only 300 to ever exist, and let's take away 100 because people would have ridden them off, mate. I think he's a monster.
Oh fuck, you cracked me up. I reckon the BT's got it though.
BT, yeah, I'd go the BT. What's the dream color on the BT? Black.
I do love black. I got black at the moment, but I feel like if I get a new one, I want a white.
Okay.
Change it up.
Are you gonna send this
Change it
clip
up.
to Aspley?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Send
okay.
it to Lukey.
Yeah, send to him. Hey, white next time, thank you. Easier to keep clean.
Keep clean.
It looks cleaner all the time. Is it a black? Black, you wash it, you take it out, and then it's covered in yellow pollen, bro.
You literally get one rainstorm come through, and it's like yuck.
It's a write-off. Again. It's a write-off, mate.
Yep, it's no good.
That was a fucking jinx moment right there. And one more thing, because I know it's getting late and stuff, and I don't want to hold you back more.
Easy.
What was your toughest opponent?
Toughest opponent, like team or player?
I reckon player.
Player. Bro, I'd say Greg Inglis, man. Greg Inglis was one of the greats when I was coming through. So he played fullback center. And I'll tell you a funny story, man. My first experience in first grade, I was playing center and I marked up against Greg Inglis. And at the time, this is when Greg Inglis was just fending off dudes left, right, and center in Origin and throwing the best of the players like to the ground like they were nothing. And so I was a rookie coming through. I was 20 years old. And my first game, it was a trial match. We played against Melbourne, and Greg Inglis was my player I had to mark. And the coach told me at the time, he goes, all right, you got a tough opposition. But how you stop him is like when they throw a long ball to him, just get in his face. I was like, yep, sweet, done. So what happened? They threw a long ball to him, and I got in his face, ran straight up to him, pretty much tackled him as he caught the ball. And what he did was just like grab me by the collar and just lifted me up and just threw me on the ground and just stomped over me and carried on running. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like clueless. It happened so quick.
Got fucking handled.
I was like, I got handled, bro. I literally got picked off the ground and I was running backwards like, what the fuck? Like I was a little kid and he threw me on the ground and carried on running. I've never been so embarrassed in my career than that first moment, bro. And my teammate Sammy Thido, who's another Origin great, he was laughing his head off, and he came and grabbed me, and he's like, "Welcome to first grade, Butler." Yeah. Picked me up and carried on running. G.
Shit, that's more embarrassing than the shit haircut.
Oh, bro, true, yeah, hell yeah.
He was a big fucking guy,
mate. Huge. He was huge, bro. He was huge. Like he would have been 6'4", and like 112 kilos and like lightning fast, bro.
Yeah.
Lightning fast. So like you try and stop a man and he will just throw you off.
Yeah, you can't.
He just had weight, he had speed, he was a freak of nature, man.
You ever see that Bo Jackson guy? You would have seen
Bo Jackson?
You would have heard of him, surely.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson was literally like a Greg Inglis, but bigger. And his speed was of a sprinter speed, like a professional sprinter speed. And he played NFL. And then in the off season of NFL, he played MLB. And he was a batter.
Oh, no way.
And then in the off season of MLB, he'd play NFL. Bro, the guy is a fucking weapon. If you, after this podcast, look up Bo Jackson, B-O, and then Jackson. Incredible athlete. He has a documentary about him, and how something happened to him as well, that caused him to stop. And then he came back and all that type of stuff. Incredible story. It goes for about half an hour in the documentary. This guy, like even talking about him, like gives me shivers and stuff. But he's the most incredibly naturally gifted athlete I think I've ever seen. Like he's like a test tube athlete. The guy was built like a brick shithouse. Like I saw a photo of him in his NFL gear with a baseball bat on, and he's just got over the back of his head, and he's just pumped. He's fucking just It's just
like me.
That's it, man.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, he owns Legacy Fitness and drives a BT52.
Just feel like a brick house, baby. Let's go.
That's baby. Woo! Fucking pisser, bro.
He's probably like, put your little arms down, little boy.
Oh, man. Fucking big guy, though, man. Big guy. Even like Ronnie Coleman, big guy. I met Arnold. I shook his hand.
You met Arnold?
Shook his hand at the Arnold Classic, actually.
No way.
I haven't washed it since, man. That's why I shook your hand with the left hand that first time I met you.
Oh, shit, that's pretty cool,
Arnold
man.
Classic, like 2015, 2016. He's like, "Hi, how are you?" No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he was just walking with his security. They're fucking huge too. They're all linking arms and stuff. They're all pushing. Get out of the way! Arnold coming through. And he's like, "Oh, okay, calm down, bro." And then he's just hi, just shaking people's hands and stuff, man.
That's mad.
Nuts.
Would
bro.
he be one of the biggest profiles like that you've ever met in the country or in the world?
I was gonna say, I met this guy called Alex Glenn. Actually, I think Jordan Kahu's bigger than Alex Glenn.
Fuck off! No way.
Biggest person that I've ever met would I think I'd have to say Arnold. I didn't really meet him. I just shook his hand as he walked past, which is a feat in itself. But that would be it. I haven't met Nick Kyrgios, but we've played and chatted online and all that type of stuff. Yeah, there's probably people that I have that I can't think of when I was younger. The Wiggles.
Let's go.
Wiggles could possibly be up there. Okay, they're quite big.
Hey, everyone knows the Wiggles in the world, bro.
100%. Wiggle. But yeah, I think I believe that's it. Yeah, I haven't. I probably have photos with people, but that was one thing that I missed out on, having photos when I was a young kid with AFL footballers, bro. Like, I always wanted to meet Chris Judd. I don't know if you know who Chris Judd is, but he was one of the most decorated elite fucking players I think I've ever seen walk onto the football field. Same as Gary Ablett. Oh my God, Gary Ablett Jr. Ridiculous, man. You would have seen a fair bit of him because he's up in Gold Coast.
Yeah, bro. He was at Suns.
100%. Just another elite operator. Like, it just... But, yeah, you have these freaks of nature that you wish you met when they're in their prime. And I'd go to games that I'd just watch them. Wouldn't even watch where the ball was. Just watch where they were going. Because you'd kind of apply that to your own game in AFL. And where to position yourself and bringing the ball. And that's where, like, I found that when I played a lot of Call of Duty, I kind of brought that skill of reading the play in Call of Duty to football, which seems weird. But it kind of crossed over about reading the play, and it helped being like a centerman and midfielder and all that type of stuff. Yeah. And I feel like that'd be the same for you. You'd be able to carry that skill over from NRL to gaming, reading the play, understanding, and your comms are immaculate type of thing. So just getting that.
It's so true. There's so many similarities in terms of professional sport and then gaming. Yeah. Like, so many similarities. Like, if comms are down, like, there's an advantage to the opposition already.
100%.
And it's exactly the same on the field. If you're not communicating, your defense is gone, your attack's gone. Yep. So, like, communication is key. Like, there's so many factors, and then also position, field position. Yep. If you're playing in footy, field position is key. Exactly the same in COD. Position is key in the circle when the circle's moving in there. If you got high ground, like, fuck. 100%. You're already, got an advantage to yourself. And there's so many similarities. That's why I feel like professional athletes, there's a lot in the world, in terms of NBA and NFL and, soccer, and that there's a lot of them that game as well. Yeah. Because of that similarities, but also it's an outlet for them to be able to, play something competitively without being judged by the world.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's what I loved about gaming when I was a professional athlete, was that I could literally do this with my mates and talk shit and throw banter and not be on the papers the next day. Yep. It was just an outlet to enjoy myself in the comfort of my home and not be judged, bro. And that's why there's so many athletes doing it, man. Absolutely. So many athletes.
Absolutely.
It's cool.
Man. I love it.
It's a skill, bro. It's a skill. Gone are the days of gaming as a waste of time. Like, it is to be at a competitive level where you are, participating in these big tournaments. Like, that's a skill that you have to bow down to, man. The best of the best can only do it.
100%.
And it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, so it takes a lot of skill. Yeah, bro. When you look at people and they're like, oh, they're professional gamers, it's like, fuck, man. Like, pretty much they're professional athletes too.
100%.
Like,
bro.
although these guys are at home gaming every single day, these guys are athletes in their own field, bro. Like, they are elite. When you watch their streams and shit, you're like, holy fuck. Like, that's that's fucking high end, bro.
Hundo. Hey.
And that's what I love about it, man. That's what I love about it. That's why I love learning about it and playing like with high end players like yourself, man, on high KDs and shit. I love it because it helps you grow as well.
Oh, 100%. 100%, bro. You always want to, like, in footy growing up, and you would have been the same, you always want to kind of play on someone that's better than you, so you're always learning and growing.
Yeah.
So then one day you can shit on them.
That
was just me, because I'm like, I want to fucking shit on you, bro. I'm going to play on you all day.
100%.
But all that type of stuff, man. You learn. You don't learn anything being the teacher. You want to be being the taught all the time and understand and learn and adapt and whatnot.
For sure.
Back to
you'd know, bro. When you play with good players, right? You all know the logistics of how the game operates. So, like, you'll get bounties and you'll get UAVs and you get guns. All right, let's push this. And then when you push teams, you push together. But then when you play with someone like your other mates that don't play it so often, they're like looting and it's like, oh, you're in a gunfight, but they're like way over there and they can't cover you. It's like, fuck, man. You half get frustrated sometimes.
100%.
But yeah, bro, it's just the
fun.
Beauty of gaming, bro. It's so much fun.
Then you say, what the fuck? And then you just, okay, load it up again.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Man, literally last night I was playing with Shano from the gym. Shano's really good. Yeah, calisthenics, he's really good. And Jezza, my business partner, and us three together, like we're pretty good together. We play very aggressively. And I literally come across this team that were just talking the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. And it like got to a point where like I actually got pretty angry.
Were you streaming?
And I was like, nah, I wasn't.
Go hard, baby. Go hard.
Bro, I know. And I got real angry, bro. And I was like, fuck you. I'm coming for you. And they're like, yeah, come. Because they were just ratting out in this high building, bro.
Yeah.
And Shano was like, Lex, what are you doing? Because we had position. We had position in the circle. And I went, nah. I've seen red. I'm going after these dudes. And it was a duo. No, it wasn't duos. It was trios. And I pushed them, bro. I downed one and I just sent it. And I started saying everything that they were saying. And they were like, literally went quiet. You know, our proximity chat, you can hear them.
Yeah.
They went quiet and I was like, where's your effing talk now, boys? Where are you? Downed another, and then Shano pushed him. We squad wiped them. And I sat there and I just emptied my full mag into their heads. And I was like, that's what you get, you pussies. And I was like going off at them, bro. And then Shano was like, are you all right, man? I was like, yeah, no, they got the better of me then. They got the better of me. Sorry boys. Boys.
Had to let out some excess rage that was built up throughout the day.
Bro.
Do you follow the COD League?
I don't.
Oh, man.
I don't.
You got in this weekend, Call of Duty on Twitch. Just Call of Duty.
Okay.
Check that out. That COD League will be on. It'll be on Saturday morning, Sunday, and Monday. And you'll have all 12 teams there. And so I'll let you decide what team you choose. But you know, I go for Optic Gaming. Feel free to go for that. But
a few of my boys go for Optic as well.
A lot of people go for Optic. 100 Thieves, like LA Thieves, Atlanta FaZe, Boston Breach is a good team. They're a good team this year. Florida Mutineers are good. But there's a ton.
Who's like? Is there one team that's just like, all right, everyone wants to beat them?
They used to
be.
I
know Atlanta FaZe is like the biggest.
Atlanta FaZe used to be. They're not as good this year.
But like they're the biggest in terms of brand, right?
Yeah, brand it'd be Atlanta FaZe, and then it would be 100th Atlanta LA Thieves, and then it would be Optic Gaming. And then from there, it would. I'm not really sure what teams co-own these teams because they're assigned to a state, so it's franchised. The casual $25 million slot, USD as you do.
Wow.
Yeah, just a payment system that they have, a payment plan.
So these teams need to pay 25 mil to be a part of this league.
Correct.
Holy.
To promote their game. How weird is that?
Bro, how does that work?
I don't know. Imagine the Broncos paying that money just to play the NRL.
Right? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Like, they probably have to pay a little fee, but man, 25 mil?
Yeah, USD.
So what I don't get is why are these like, you look at Diaz, Biffle and, Swag and all that. Why do they not compete in these comps?
So this is multiplayer. So multiplayer, search and destroy, hard point,
right,
and control. They're the game modes that they play throughout the maps.
Right.
And it's 4v4. But if you put the COD pros against these, Biffle and Aiden and stuff, I don't believe that they would be as good as the COD pros.
Okay, I got you.
Warzone, they have a seat because anyone can have a seat in the Warzone community. But the pro scene, there's only 12 teams at 4 people per team. So there's only that many seats in the league.
Right.
So
right. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That makes sense now. That makes sense.
And it's Scumps last year, bro. You gotta watch Scumps last year, bro. It's a big thing. The guy's been around for 13 fucking years. It's
no
nuts.
way, he's a vet.
Huge vet. Hey, 13 years like you, bro.
13 years,
there
bro.
It is. Just slide into his DMs and be like, we're both 13, bro.
Oh,
now, if I wanted to go, I want to go to an event, like I don't know when, but that would be a dream to go to a Call of Duty event. That would be nuts. I don't know if you've never watched it, but if you ever have time to watch a LAN event,
I'm gonna watch it this weekend, bro.
For Call of Duty, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Right.
The LAN event, I think it is happening this weekend. The LAN, I'm not sure. I'll message you when it's happening to say tune the fuck in. But the crowd gets feral and a feral crowd is great. It's like a feral crowd at the NRL or the AFL and whatnot. Everyone's 100%. Cheering, chanting. It gets nuts. Shit's going everywhere. There's drums, there's bongos, there's chants. It's amazing. The atmosphere looks nuts.
So good.
We're watching it here 24 hours away.
Yeah, yo.
Over the ocean, man.
Oh, that's mad though. 100%. That's mad. See, when you asked me that question about the gaming and that, what I want to do in the next few, I want to try and get to events like that, bro.
Yeah,
that'd
100%.
Be cool.
Oh, well, if you want to go to the one in America. If you're going to go to a COD game, go to one in America or League of Legends. I don't really understand League of Legends too much.
Nah, neither.
I understand COD. It's easy to get the crowd. The crowd is like it's a feral crowd, but it's easy to get along with crowds. Very accepting. But it's typical COD, like kind of toxic type of stuff.
Yeah.
Same as Halo. Halo looks amazing too. That looks phenomenal.
Yeah, right.
And whatnot.
Talking about Halo, Chiefs on top, baby.
I know, baby. I know.
Sheesh.
See, that's where we hoisted the trophy, man, at DreamHack last year. Oh, this year, sorry.
Sick.
So at that event that's coming up in March or April next year, that's the similar event where we hoisted the trophy for League of Legends and Halo.
Fuck yeah.
So
what's up.
I think it was Margaret Court. The Halo was on the back. So the tennis court split. So there's Halo on one side and League of Legends one. So we ran to Halo, watch Halo, yes, celebrate, woo, and then we ran across around the stadium again, and then watched the League of Legends, and then went woo, and won that too.
Fuck so yeah, it was sick. That's what's up.
It was unreal, man, unreal.
Oh, the GGs in the chat, fucking no.
It was
Chiefs
unbelievable,
cleaning up.
Unbelievable.
So, were you there with Nick and Aiden?
Yeah. AK's like, oh, come up on stage with us, man. I'm like, fuck yeah, okay. So went up on stage and all that type of stuff, and vlogged just before we went out on stage and left all my gear out the back in the tunnel, in the championship walk. But yeah, it was so cool, man. Unbelievable. Confetti and shit going everywhere. Yeah. Like, I feel sorry for the people that picked this shit up.
Yeah, right. That'd be
spewing, man. That'd be absolutely spewing.
Hell yeah. Nah, I'm gonna try and aim for that then next year.
100%,
come down
man.
with AK and that.
100%, man. I'd love to see you there. I would absolutely love to see you. Brother,
that will be cool.
It's been a great podcast and definitely my longest, and I loved it. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours, but it has been. Is there anything that any final words that you want to say or anything like that?
Nah, just I guess a big thank you to you, bro, for having me on your podcast. I really enjoy whenever I get to talk about anything in life, but more specifically the gaming industry and the world in terms of esports, man, because it's something new to me. And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you, Jacko, GFreak, my guy. I appreciate you. And I wish all the rest of your podcasters all the very best, man. And let's link up in Melbourne real soon.
100%.
But I'll see you next week.
You coming? You coming? This weekend?
Yeah, this weekend.
This weekend, bro. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Weekend.
I'm there Friday morning.
That's nice.
As the sun rises.
Yes, sir.
Love that.
Let's go. All right. Well, I look forward to catching up with you, my man.
Awesome,
man.
But
thank you so much for having me on there. I really appreciate it, brother. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate your time and everything that you do for our team and yourself. And I wish you all the best with your future endeavors, with your company and to your family and to your wife. Get in the camo grind. That's elite. The camo grind. You walk out there and you'll start talking camo grind to her. And she's like, what are you talking about? Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. You guys are absolute legends. Alex's stuff's going to be linked in the description down below on YouTube if you want to see Alex's beautiful face at Jacko GFreak on YouTube. And you can find this podcast on all audio sites on Spotify, iTunes, at GFreak Speaks, and everything else on audioboom.com/GFreak Speaks. We'll see you on the next one. Leave it a like, subscribe. Peace.
Let's go.